Big second quarter for Sacramento. They outscored the Jazz in that second stanza by 14, and they lead 62-45. Welcome here to the post-game show. Jerry, nothing to complain about in that first half.
No, the defense was solid. Ball moved. Everybody shared in it. The assist per basket was terrific. So same's what you want there, but really excellent team effort.
Pretty much Kevin Huerter leading the bench, but a bench lead at the half, guys, 21-8 in bench scoring for Sacramento.
Have we said that this year?
I don't know.
I don't think so.
I had to wait.
So. We might have said it, but it'd been a lie.
Well, again, these are the games you absolutely should win. You're playing a bad team. You're at home. You need to get that home record back up to a positive note. You need to get back to 500 right now. If they win this game, they're a game under 500, and they take on a New Orleans team that just lost another player for a significant amount of time. King Killer Brandon Ingram will not be on the floor. So you got a chance to get the 500 here before you come home to play Denver. So you can't be messing around right now.
No, it's certainly in the West. I mean, you've got some teams struggling, and Kings have been one of them. So kind of get it right, and Dallas and Oklahoma City, they've got their A games going, but everybody else is still trying to find their way a little bit.
Yeah, and on top of that, you head off into an off day and some time off to practice. You don't play again until Thursday, and then from Thursday to Sunday. So getting a win tonight would go a long way for the morale on this team.
Well, it gives you a chance to really heal up. You've had a brutal stretch here, a lot of traveling. You went through 11 games in how many days you were talking
18.
about? I mean, the schedule was condensed. So you're also going to get a chance to really heal up. Guys are going to be able to, rest, get their legs going. I mean, this is a perfect time. Of course, most teams are in a similar situation because of the ridiculous, whatever the hell you call it, the tournament in Vegas. So, a lot of teams are going to get rest here. But for the Kings, I mean, you got to get the 500 first. That's the first thing you need to do. You can't even be talking about, well, we're going to do that. No, get the 500 first.
Yeah, and then and continue to do what you're doing here in the second half. I mean, don't get lackadaisical. Don't think you got the game. Go ahead and play really good team basketball, offensively and defensively. Close these guys out, and so just do your jobs.
Yeah, Jerry, what scenario do you see Utah getting back into this game, or where would your area of concern be for Sacramento?
Well, I mean, certainly they're going to have Sexton and Markkanen and John Collins, in particular. All three of those guys just have huge halves. And I mean, if only two of them have huge halves, I don't think it's enough. Yeah. So I think those three guys are all capable. We've seen it, especially, Collins and Markkanen. But I think the Kings have done a nice job on those guys for the most part. So, hey, it's just keep doing what you're doing. If you keep lighting up that scoreboard, It's going to be tough for the Jazz to have a chance.
Yep. Listen, I know the Jazz scored, 141 in their last game, but I just don't see how the Jazz are going to be able to score enough, especially with Lauri Markkanen being so ineffective in his 18 minutes. I mean, he did nothing. I mean, you got a 17-point lead against a 5-win team. I mean, the Kings should destroy this club. I mean, I think you're going to be looking at about a 125-95 game. I think the Kings destroy this team. I really do.
It's remarkable how many guys have star type scorers have terrible scoring nights with Keegan Murray around. I mean, we've just seen it. I mean, whether it's been Trae Young and now, but it's just guys that are simply scoring about half of their normal scoring. And, even with Keegan not having good offensive nights, boy, he finds a way to be very valuable.
Well, you don't need him to have a good offensive night, Ryan, when you have so much firepower around him, especially when Huerter's playing the way he is coming off the bench.
Yeah, absolutely. And you're playing inside out for the most part as well. And to your point about Lowry, he's only played in 2 of these 3 meetings. And to my eye, he doesn't look quite right, gentlemen.
No, I agree with you there. Yeah, he's definitely laboring a little bit out there.
There's no doubt he is. All right, so I gave you my prediction. Ryan, what do you think the score is going to be?
I'm going to say the Kings 127, Utah 99.
I think Kings 130, Utah 101.
Yeah. Denver won earlier. You've got Minnesota and Golden State locked up in a tight game in the third. Houston is up 12 at the end of the first half against the Clippers. Lakers and Blazers are playing, and at the end of one, Portland is on top, 28-22. Those are some of your West Coast scores. And how about this? Phoenix, they're going through a really tough time. They lose. Memphis wins. San Antonio wins. But Phoenix is learning that, Kevin Durant's pretty damn important to that team.
He really is. And hey, how about the Grizzlies? I mean, they just keep winning too.
Yeah.
I mean, it really does look like there again, John Morant, the Kings really held him. He was not a factor at all. And of course, it's been a factor of the last two big wins they've had. So, but Memphis, I don't think they're going away. I think they're going to be right in the hunt.
I think they're a top 4 team, to be honest with you, in the West. I really do. I think they're going to be right in the top 4. I mean, currently they're second, but I think Oklahoma City, Memphis, Dallas, I don't know who that fourth team is going to be. I'm not ready to anoint Houston just yet. I want to see more of them. I think they're a clear playoff team. I don't know if they're a top 4 team, but Memphis, if they stay healthy, they're a top 4 team in the West.
Yeah, I agree with that. And I mean, I think with Houston, we got to wait a while. I think Denver, they're still finding their way. I mean, it looks like if Jokic can average 50 points and 20 rebounds, they've got a chance to win. Other than that, I don't know.
Yeah.
And I think Minnesota's starting to find themselves. Minnesota, I think, has gone through their tough stretch, and I would not be surprised at all to see them be right in the mix in the top 4 before too much longer.
I tell you what, though, I'm pretty downtrodden about the Lakers lately suffering.
Oh yeah, terrible.
I just kind of broke down in the fetal position the other day, seeing how they're struggling.
Well, it's a good thing they changed coaches.
Yeah. They need to have. They need to check with the general manager, Mr. James, and see if they need another coach.
Oh my gosh. Well, right now the Kings are all smiles, as they should be, because they have a big halftime lead. The other thing, boy, you got to be so careful here. You knock on wood. Don't be getting any injuries here. All right. Let's get through the second half healthy.
Boy, injuries, that is it. I mean, this league, man, you just got to keep your key guys healthy. And if they are hurt, it needs to be minor injuries.
So, Jerry, how much Kings are you watching, and how much Chiefs are you watching tonight?
Well, I was watching. Fortunately, the Chiefs almost had most of the half over before the Kings really got started. So, Chiefs up 13-0. So I'm hoping for the Kings to kind of stretch this out, and then I'll be focusing a little more on the Chiefs in the second half.
Jerry, do you feel disrespected this year as a Chiefs fan? Everybody thinks that they're flukes.
No, because I think there's some truth in that. They just, I mean, when your quarterback spends half the time on his back, you've got some issues there. Well, I mean, they find ways to win, but I mean, they've got their line, their offensive line, especially, they've got some issues there. If they get that cleared up, though, anyway, they're as good as anybody else. So I'll put it that way.
Hey, don't forget, we will have the post-game show right after the final buzzer with the Kings and the Jazz. We expect that beam to be lit, and then you have the games really spread out. Again, you don't play until Thursday, New Orleans, and then you come home and play Denver. A couple days after that, you get a couple days to rest, and you got a back-to-back with the Lakers in Sacramento.
Well, fellas, I want you to bring me some beam. I need a little dab of beam tonight.
We'll do our best. Well, I know one thing. If the Kings do not win this game, I'm going to let Ryan do the post-game solo because I won't be able to handle the rhetoric.
I was going to say, I know you well enough. No, it'd probably be best you not go on.
Up 17 to a bad team and losing in the second half. No.
Napes might end up on the naughty list if he does that show.
I would definitely end up on the naughty list. So everything's so good right now, and I'm expecting a big first 5 minutes of this third quarter. Do not let the Jazz think they've got a chance to be in this game.
No, and I think too. It's like with I was really impressed with how Sabonis and Fox just kind of didn't really worry about any stats, just played the game and took what they had coming. And obviously, if you need either one to go big, certainly Fox in particular, they could do that at any time. So yeah, all couldn't look much better at the half.
Yeah, that's where I would want to see the switch flipped. The Kings only shot 3 free throws, and they were making their threes. I get it, but almost half their shots have been threes. So they start not to fall, and Utah's are falling. You better go to those guys quick, Jer.
Yeah. Well, I think those guys know, especially Fox, and certainly DeRozan's got his game going down, and I think they can feel pretty confident they've got guys that can go get shots.
Yep. Jerry, appreciate it. We'll talk to you a little bit later this week. We've got our Kings Roundtable on Wednesday at 4:00. And so you got a couple of days off to rest yourself, Jerry. We'll see you on Wednesday.
I'll start preparing tomorrow, not tonight. I'll start preparing tomorrow. Okay.
We appreciate the effort, Jerry. Thank you very much.
See you guys.
See ya. Rhino, tomorrow I'm going to be doing a show at 4:30 preceding Monday Night Football. So I'm going to do a show at 4:30 tomorrow. You got the Kings Court tomorrow?
Yes, indeed. 2:00. We'll be right here.
Looking forward to that. And we will look forward to seeing you right after this game here on the post-game show coming up in about 1 hour. Thank you, everyone. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.